to my cousins. It's almost Christmas. Well, it isn't yet, but it will be when you see this. I'm going to make some Christmas cake, but I'm not going to make a Christmas cake. I'm going to make some Christmas cake cupcakes. So I've got thinking, and I thought, why don't we make some mini Christmas cakes? And I thought, well, hang on, why don't we just make some mini cupcakes or muffins? But I'm going to make some cupcakes. And so they're going to be like a traditional fruit cake with a topping of marzipan and icing. But before we get to the topping, we've got to make the cake. So in here I have a kilo of mixed dried fruit that's been soaking in 50 ml of dark rum. You could use brandy. You don't actually have to put any alcohol in if you don't want to. Why would you not? So in a Christmas cake, you would normally make the cake and then you feed it the alcohol. That's going to be a little bit difficult with these little cupcakes, so we put the alcohol in now. So although most of the alcohol will, well, all the alcohol will boil off in the cooking process, you should hopefully get the rum flavour. So, got my oven on, 150. So, in that bowl, which I'm hoping is going to be big enough, because it's the biggest one I've got, I'm going to add a tablespoon of cinnamon. Okay, it's all going to get mixed up in a minute anyway. Okay, and about half a teaspoon of ginger. Don't have to put ginger if you don't like it, but I like ginger, so I'll put it in it. And then you're going to want a Granny Smith apple. Okay, now what I need to do is peel that, and then we're going to grate that into there. So that's my apple, and then I've got 200 grams of dark brown sugar, muscavado, or you can use just plain dark brown if you don't got anything like that. Now the next thing is some treacle or molasses. Now I tried to buy some. Growing up, we used to always refer to golden syrup as treacle, and then you could get black treacle. Trying to get some black treacle, yes, they couldn't find any. So I'm using about a tablespoon, is that right? Tablespoon. Yeah, about a tablespoon of golden syrup. There we go, that'll do. And then eggs. So let me just put that over there for a second. You're going to want 4 large eggs, and we're going to lightly beat them before we add them in to that mix. We want to start just trying to get this all mixed together before I start adding in those beaten eggs. Like I say, you need a large bowl for this. Now, the intention is to make about 30 odd mini cupcakes, if you like. Okay, I say mini cupcakes, they're cupcakes. I've tended in the past to end up making muffins and never quite getting out the amount that I wanted. Some of my sugar just needs breaking up as well. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a mix, and then all you're going to need after that is some melted butter, 250 grams of that, some plain flour, 180 grams of that, and 60 grams of self-raising. And quite a bit of elbow grease. Right, so in goes that egg, and we now just want to get that all mixed in. Now, I said about the flours, we'll sift the flours Sorry, we'll be sifting the flours into this. Okay, but I just want to get that egg all mixed in first. Right, now I'm going to take that melted butter. You want to make sure it's cooled down. Don't put hot in there, might scramble your eggs. So just going to give that a little bit of a mix in before we then add the flour via a sieve. So that's me self-raising, and that's my plain, and then we're just going to make sure that's all thoroughly mixed in. Now I've sort of cobbled this recipe up from several different recipes I looked at on the web, but one of them, the one that it's mainly based on, I've made a few additions and changes, does suggest that you should double up your cases. So it's going to use a lot of cases. I don't know whether that is because it's quite a wet mixture or what it is. So obviously I'm going to have to do this in batches, okay, because I can only get 2 trays in at a time. So I'm just going to get them first couple of trays prepared and then we'll fill them. So I'm using like a dessert spoon, if you like, and that's a nice generous amount. You want to not fill them right up, but you do perhaps want to put in a little bit more than you would do if you were just making ordinary cupcakes, because remember, you know, there's a lot of fruit in this. This is essentially a fruit cake. Ooh, I might have gone a bit overboard on that one though. So I said get your oven preheated to 150, and then they're going to go in there. I'm going to get 2 trays at a time. Okay, and we're going to bake for about 40-45 minutes, but obviously you might want to keep your eye on them. And then when they're baked, we bring them out and let them cool completely before we put our topping on. Now, our topping in this case isn't quite so, it's not like using buttercream, where obviously if it's too warm, the buttercream can melt. What we're doing won't matter too much if they're very slightly warm, but on the other end we don't want them hot. Okay, so they're ready to go. So into the oven I'm going to put them. Like I say, we're going to give them about 45 minutes. I might turn the what's names around, the trays round, rotate them and swap shelves. We'll see how they go. So about 40 to 45 minutes hopefully. So the first 2 trays are out, and there's our little bun. Some of it, it's a good job I did use 2 because it is sort of coming through a little bit. But we now want to cover these with some marzipan. Now to do that we're going to make a glaze. Now I'm using some apricot jam. Okay, so just going to put a couple of spoonfuls in there, and then we're going to add a little bit of hot water, and then I'm just going to warm that through gently, just to sort of melt down that jam a little bit. Here's my little spatula. Now, you can make your own marzipan, and by right, whether you made it or not, although if you made it yourself it takes a lot longer, you should apply, if you were doing like a Christmas cake or fruit cake, you would apply the marzipan and then allow it to dry out for about a day before you put your fondant icing on. I haven't got the luxury of time to do that. So I've got some marzipan that I purchased, okay, and I've got a block of fondant icing here. I don't need all that. And what I'm going to intend to do is roll it out, and then with a cookie cutter I'm going to make a disc that's just big enough to fit on top of there. So we're just going to get our glaze done. Now you might, if you've got, like, you know, I've got apricot jam, it appears to be sort of pretty much skinless, but if you've got skin in it, you can sieve it if you want. I did get my sieve out, but looking at this, I'm not going to bother, to be honest. There's such minute little bits in there. So just going to get that done, and then we'll get rolling out our marzipan. Now I'm using a little corn flour or cornstarch, just to stop it sticking, and I've found a cookie cutter that's just the same size as the top of my cakes. So I'm just going to cut out some discs. Now if they all bake all right, I've got 36. Obviously the ones that are in the oven still are going to need to cool, but they're okay to do. So just going to get cutting some of these out, and then just about get that one out there. Down the edge there, that one. So what we do with the spatula, just going to take a little of that glaze, and I'm just going to spread it on top of the cake, and then press down lightly. Now I could make that a little bit bigger, but the next cutter up would have made it a bit too big. So I'm just going to go through and cover all the ones we've got, same way, bit of glaze, bit of marzipan. So that's that batch all done with the marzipan, and now I've rolled out some white fondant. Now I am using a slightly bigger one just because I want it sort of to cover all the marzipan. So the process is exactly the same. We cut our discs of fondant. Now, like I was saying, really you're meant to make the, or let the marzipan dry out, but we're not going to. Oops. So that will be that last batch ready to come out. So like I say, we just take our cake, little bit of that glaze on top, and then on goes that final layer of fondant. So I've got to finish these off, get that lot out of the oven, and then we can see what they're like finished. Right, so there we go. Now I might add a little bit of decoration. I might dye some of them, you know, use some colouring to make some, say perhaps some holly leaves and put them on top. You can even plain do what you like. Now not everybody likes fondant icing, so it might be you want to like use royal icing or whatever, but obviously this way it's just a little bit easier to cover the cakes neatly. Depends how good your icing skills are, but need to try one, don't I? So this one, the bake looked a bit iffy. Okay, I think part of it was a bit too heavy with the fruit, and it looked like it might have burnt a little bit, but let's, it's that bit under there, see what I mean? So let's give it a taste. It's a nice moist fruit cake. The fondant on top is a bit cloying if you get too much in your mouth at one time. We've got marzipan there. I wouldn't say you're getting a lot of the rum flavour through. Remember, most of that boiled off. All the alcohol did, anyway. But there you go. your Christmas cakes. Or Christmas cake cupcakes. Merry Christmas.